What is up, folks? This is J.R.R, and does not look a lot nicer. I mean, yeah, it's cobblestone and rough, and there's dirt, but isn't that so much nicer? All those chests gone. Ah, feels great. All right, so a couple quick things. This you I I'm not very good at redstone. I will not claim that I am good at redstone. Um, I had this right there, and I had to move it over one because, well, if you take a careful look at these, they tell you where the ins and outs are, and since I had it here, it was going into an out instead of an in, so, or this line right over here was, so. I just moved it over one, and it works perfectly, so. Just so you guys know, I'm sure some of you probably will have commented saying that, hey, you need to move that, but, or, you know, if you didn't comment, that you probably thought, oh, this guy's an idiot, because, you know, whatever. Anyway, you wouldn't be wrong, in some cases anyway. But I know also this is supposed to be focusing on magic, and don't worry, we'll get to that. And I planned on doing it this episode, but I figured out something really cool that I want to do, and well, it has to do with applied energistics, and it automates something that was kind of a pain, and I don't think you were really supposed to do. But the solution is actually quite simple. So, yeah, I think it's pretty cool. So we're going to go ahead and do something to do with applied energistics today. Alright, so when we're doing applied energistics, first thing to do with auto crafting that you need to do is make, let me pull this up, so at applied. Alright, so the first thing you think to make is going to be one of these crafting, well, a crafting unit to make a crafting CPU, or crafting storage. But I'm not going to do that because, I mean, well, we'll get to that later, but I'm trying to craft the most essential things that come with applied energistics and crafting things, and that's going to be the processors and the silicon and all that kind of stuff. Now, crafting straight up silicon, that's going to be easy, but crafting logic processors, well, you saw earlier in a previous episode how to set up the inscriber for manual processing, and somewhat automated processing, but the problem is it's going to take out all of the redstone that you have, or all of the logic circuits, all of the silicon, and the main problem is the silicon. It's going to gate itself on the logic processors or whatever processors that you're using. But, you know, if you only have so many silicon, you know, you don't want to use up, say, all of them, all the gold, you know, to make logic circuits. Alright, so you'll see what I'm saying in just a minute when I set these up. Alright, so let's go ahead and take these. And did I pull? Yeah. Alright, so let's look up press, and let's just go ahead and set up one for each of these. Alright, so we have that one. Looks like we need one of these and one of these. Alright, so if we go down here, and we'll just set them up against this wall. I'm not sure if I'll keep them here, but we'll go like this to start off with. And we're going to need 4. So let's just go ahead and set one up there too. Alright, and go like that. And we're going to need to take out these, but that's okay. Alright, so we have our nice hovering things here. Alright, so let's just say we're going to set this one up for silicon. There's no need to change it out because we've got 4 of them. We're going to set this one up for the logic presses. This one for the... Actually, we're going to need 5, aren't we? We're going to need the calculation press and that one. Alright. And the engineering press. Alright, so all of these are going to need different things. But we are not... Well, crap. Um, hmm. I've got this over here. I may need to move it. I'm not going to use it right now, so let's just take all this cable out and run it like so. We're going to need access points along, like I said, it's going to get in the way a little bit. Alright, so we're going to need access points on each of the sides here. And you'll see what I'm doing in a minute. You know what, actually for these you only need two sides. Because, no, three sides. Alright, so we're going to need one side for what goes in here, so silicon, gold, etc. So we're going to need the one on the right hand side. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this. And then let's go ahead and put an export bus here. We need to make sure this is not connected to the main system. Let's go ahead and put an export bus here. And for this one, it's going to be silicon that we're putting in there. It's probably not the best one to start off with because I don't have any silicon. But I should have some dust in here. Alright, dust. Alright, so let's just throw another quartz dust in there just for demonstration. That's pulverizer. Alright. I was going to say, come on, I know you work. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and throw this in here, like so. And so that's going to, of course, export any of the silicon that we have in the system into here. Alright. So, not too complicated. You know, we've done this kind of thing before. Let's go ahead and put our import bus back here. And we're going to have to break that. The torch is going crazy with the multi-parts. Alright, and go ahead and just connect power to it down there. That way, unfortunately, power doesn't transport itself through buses. So, torch? This guy's just like going crazy. Holy cow. Alright, so whenever we need silicon, it's going to go into here and it's going to craft the what it needs to. Alright, so let's go ahead and do the same thing for these guys. So we're going to need some more export buses. There's that one, and let's go ahead and craft a few more. It's not a problem, really. At least it should not be. Where's our export? There's import, export. 1, 2, 3. Let's just... Well, okay. I was going to say, let's just do as many as we can. Apparently I can do 3. Alright, so we'll do that one, and put one here. Alright. So these are powered through their left-hand side here. So we have everything we need except for the import buses on the back, which I need more of as well. Oh, looks like I actually have a few. Do I have any export buses in here? Yes, I do. Okay, good. So I'm going to need some more of them. And unfortunately, I think I have to break in through up here to get these down. Okay, so we've got import bus on that one. Yeah, it's an import bus. Alright, so put one here, here, and here. And that should take care of all of these. And I'll clean all this up later, of course. Except for... Well, they are multi-parts. Torches are multi-parts now, but apparently they're not multi-part enough. Apparently they don't work with applied energistics. Alright, so we've got all these set up so that they will automatically process whatever we put into them. This one will... Oh, actually I need to stick the stuff in them. Alright, so I need some silicon. No, that's not right. Alright, I need gold for this one. I need a purified crystal for that one. I'm not going to be able to get up there. Alright, so gold, gonna need one. I'm going to need... can I use nether quartz? I think I have to use Certus quartz. So we're going to do that. Or, where's our normal Certus quartz? Or that. So we'll use either one. And you'll see why I'm using either one and not just one of them in a minute. Alright, so gold. I'm going to need an expansion card for this one. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look. Alright, so fuzzy, crafting, capacity. Alright, so I'll need one of these. So I need a basic. Let's go ahead and make that. Alright, and then I need... what? Just charged, or I think a normal. Yeah, just either one. Alright, so I need a capacity one for this one. I might need another one later. Not sure. We'll have to see. So let's go ahead and put that one in there, and then... oops, that's not what I want to do. Yeah, that is what I want to do. Alright, so that either one of those will go into here and work with the calculation to make what it needs. Alright, just want to make sure there. Oh, nope, it actually takes a pure only. Okay, I thought it took both. Apparently I was wrong. Alright, so we can save this capacity card for something else later. Alright, and this one is going to take a diamond. So let's go ahead and grab a diamond. Okay. And like so. And I know those of you that are familiar with this are thinking, you know, wait a minute, something's up here. This isn't going to work. Just wait. It'll work. Just have to wait and see. Alright, so the one thing that we're going to run into a problem here, though, is with channels. Because you can see 1, 2, for this one, the inscribers don't count as a channel. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that maxes it out right there. So we've got all of those, but we still need to make our circuits, or our processors. Alright, so let's go ahead and toss this stuff back in here. Shouldn't need it anymore. At least not for the moment. And actually I think this is going to work out pretty much perfectly for the number of things that we have here. Alright, so what we need to do is make one more inscriber. So let's go ahead and make a couple pistons. 1, 2. Okay, let's make them sticky pistons. 1 and 2. And then we should have everything else we need in here to make that. Alright, so unfortunately we are going to have to make... Alright, where is it? Where are you? I'm blind. I know I'm blind. Ah, there it is. It's not lit up, so it's kind of hard to see in there. Alright, so we need some skystone blocks, which I actually do have. Are they in here? Yep. Okay, so let's just drop 64 in here. Not a big deal. And I don't think I have any of these made. So I need some silicon. So let me go ahead and get some of those made, and I'll be right back, because those are going to take a minute. Okay, folks, so I actually decided I wasn't going to make them off camera. I was going to make them on camera. But what I did do is replace all of these with smart cables so that you can see what's going on here. Now you notice that we've got 8 channels working here, but only 2 here. And that's because I've got these on a separate network by using the quartz fiber. The quartz fiber is, of course, made in the creating of the normal glass cable. So you just make them normally. You don't do anything special. And I'm trying my best not to sneeze right now, but it is really painful. So if I sneeze, I apologize. Alright, so just like normal, you go like this, and you will get, ta-da, that. Alright, so we actually threw our silicon in here, unfortunately. Alright, so, and we only need the one, so that's all I'm going to worry about. Alright, and of course, you can do this one over here, and it processes just like normal. Alright, so everything should be looking fairly familiar at the moment. Alright, so basically at the moment, these are set up with these being superfluous, and, you know, they're all powered. So let's go ahead and take these up here and grab some redstone. I have a whole lot. Alright, but we're just going to throw these in here, like so. And get what we need to get our... Alright, where'd you go? Alright, our controller right there. So I keep losing it because depending on the size of this, you know, interface over here, it's in a different spot. So, alright, so let's go ahead and pull this up like so. Oops. No. Stop it. There we go. Alright, and we've got our controller. It's kind of sad to waste a controller on this little side network here, but you know what? If we need to, we need to. Alright, so it should be fine to just go like this. Alright, so we're going to have one more over here. Let me go ahead and bring that down. Make sure this is on 1x1 mode, because otherwise I'd be very sad, and you guys would laugh at me. Rightfully so. And go ahead and go like this. Now this one's going to need all of its sides, except for the front. Won't need the front. Like so. Alright, so from the top, we're going to go like that. We're going to need this, and we're going to need that. That should be correct. Alright, so the top is going to put into this space, and I'm actually going to switch this to the right-hand side. I don't think it matters for that one, but I'm going to do it just to be consistent with the other ones. Alright, so the right-hand side is going to put into this middle one, and the bottom one is going to pump it up into the bottom, and then we're going to go ahead and stick, yeah, just to be consistent, we'll stick this guy on the back. Okay, so whatever's in here is going to be imported into this system and into this AE network. Now you notice that our storage is on a different AE network than the rest of this stuff here. And there's going to be a good reason for that. But let me go ahead and put everything we need into these import and export buses. Mainly the export buses. The import bus doesn't matter, because it's just going to import whatever it makes, which is a good thing. Alright, so I need to go ahead and make one of each of the processes, or keep calling them processors. Actually, they actually are processors. They're only circuits before they get turned into processors. Got it. Alright, so we're going to need a diamond one. We're going to need a Certus quartz one. We're going to need several dust. And we're also going to need a gold. Well, it looks like I already have a logic circuit for that one, so I won't need to do that. Alright, so let me go ahead and do this off camera, and then I'll be back with you guys. Okay, folks, so we're pretty much ready here. Alright, so we've got our export bus on the bottom. That one is going to be exporting the printed silicon. Okay. We've got the one on the right, which is going to be doing redstone, and the one on the top is going to be doing these three. So we're actually going to go and get the card that we made earlier, the capacity card, and stick that in there. See, I knew I'd need it. Alright, so go ahead and stick that there. We're going to have that, that, or that. Any one of them can go in there. And it might be a little bit slower. We could go ahead and make one of these for each of them, which actually I probably will end up doing, just not right now. There's no real need for me to do it right now, so, you know, I don't really need that kind of crafting capacity. So just having one for all of them is just fine. Alright, so now we know that it's going to put them in there in the order that it needs to. The top one's going to go in the top, the right one's going to the right, the bottom one's going to the bottom, and it's going to be redstone here, the silicon here, and these circuits up here. Alright, so all that's going to be just fine. And to demonstrate, we'll go ahead and do, actually don't need, let's go ahead and do like so, and it's going to make up the circuit. And I can do that now because I actually don't need that anymore. I don't think. I probably will, just because I don't think I do. You know how it goes. I mean, that's just, it's always like that. I don't need this anymore. Let's get rid of it. Ah, crap, I need another one. Alright, so let's go ahead and stick this redstone in here. Now, I do need these processors to be made, so I'd have to do this anyway. But I might have to remake some of the other ones. Alright, so this will obviously do what we need it to do in its normal sense. Alright, so what we do now is we need to get 2 different chests. Alright. You know what? Just to be fancy, we'll use skystone chests. Mainly because I don't want to waste diamond chests on the fact that, well, I don't need that much storage space. So let's go ahead and put one here and put one here. Yeah, that's more than enough storage space. Really, we could probably use dirt chests for all that goes. Alright, so we are going to connect a cable here and a cable here. Alright, so we are going to need, first, we're going to need an import bus. Alright, so we need to go ahead and make one. Let's just go down here and do this. This actually be easier. We need another sticky piston. Alright, let's do that. Oops, that was an export. Where'd you go? Import. Alright, I don't think we have any more annihilation cores, so let's go ahead and just do a few of those. Alright, so where'd you go? Import. There you are. This is still not a sticky piston, so let's do that. Import. And like so. We only need one. Alright, and we also need an ME interface. So let's go ahead and craft one of these. Alright, we need another annihilation core. So let's go here. Oh, we need... let's just do it from here. Formation core. Alright, we have an annihilation core. We need a formation core. Alright, so let's just go a couple of these. It's like, I was pretty sure I just made some annihilation cores. Alright, so now we should be able to make that. Alright, and we'll go ahead and do it like this. There are some situations where you don't want to do that. Make it into a multi-part instead of a full block. But in this case, it's fine to do that. Alright, so, and it really doesn't matter which one of these we do it with. Let's go ahead and make this one the import and this one the interface. Is that the smartest thing to do it in that way? I'm not really sure. Alright, what else we need is a storage bus. Which I don't have. Our interface, right down here somewhere. P2P tunnel. I'm just not seeing it. Alright, let's take a look. Here it is. Alright, so we need some more pistons. And another interface. Alright, let me make that and a couple more things and then I'll be back. Okay folks, so we've got what we need here. We've got our storage bus, an export bus, and a capacity card. Alright, so let's go ahead and knock out these. And actually we didn't really... yeah, let's go ahead and make this a little more compact than I was about to make it. Let's just get rid of the food. Alright, so we'll go and do that. Alright, so these are both going to be connected to this network. Alright, I don't want to mix up these cables just because, well, that could be not only confusing, it just wouldn't be appropriate to have all of these mixed up. Alright. Crap. You know what? We have too many channels right here. Is there an easier way to do this? You know what? I should have enough cables. I'll have to clean this up a little bit later. But I should have enough cables to get this over here. Where's my wrench? Oh, there it is. Alright, this can't connect here because that puts too much stress on these. So they just go dark. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna put it under the floor here. Yeah, that should be fine. Oops. I didn't mean to do that, but that's fine. And you know what? I don't even need to make it... Oh, do I? How many cables are over here? 4? And I'm going to have 2 here. Yeah, let's just go ahead and connect it here. Okay. So we'll just go like this. And then we'll put a storage bus on this one. This is basically going to be our ME drive. And this one is going to be an export bus, which we're going to stick one of these in. And then we're going to export these from this system right here into the main system, which has storage. Alright, so what we need to do now is come up here. I'll leave those in my inventory for now. Let's go ahead and stick that there. So we're going to need it in just a second. Alright, so now what we need, there's an interface, crafting terminal. That's not what I'm wanting. ME terminal. Alright, pattern terminal. This is one that we're going to need. Alright, so we need to get a crafting terminal and an engineering processor. So we have the processor and a calculation processor as well. Wow, and that's going to need a basic processor. So let's go ahead and just toss these in here. Alright, so to get that, we're going to go ahead and go from here. Toss that in there. To here. We're going to need... I know I don't have any wood in here. Or I don't have enough wood. Planks, that is. So let's go and do that. Yeah, just one. Alright, so let's go ahead and make this one. Toss that back in there. And then we're going to make one of these, which we have not looked at before. So if you mess around with AE1, you recognize this interface right here. Alright, so we're going to need some blank patterns. I don't think I have any. Oh, actually I do. I have 3, which is cool, because that's how many I need. Alright, so actually, yeah, that should be fine. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're not going to use this. This is how you would normally stick it into your crafting system. We are going to use this one, the processing pattern. Alright, so for this, we are going to need... Alright, actually I don't know that I have any in the system anymore. Nope. I knew I was going to have a problem with that. Alright, so we are going to need gold. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and make up these patterns because it's going to take a little bit for me to do so. Alright, so I will be right back. Okay guys, so I decided to do this a little bit differently. Okay, so I made my explanation of it a little bit differently because I realized that this is actually getting a little bit complicated, so I don't want to confuse you guys over much. Alright, so we've put the materials that we need that make up this in here. Now, you're probably saying that's not the right type of silicon. the gold is also not a printed logic circuit. But all that we're really needing to do is to get this stuff in this system right here. Because right now, nothing is in this system. Alright, so that's going to annoy me. Alright. And this is going to annoy me as well. Alright, so nothing is in this system right now. So what we're wanting to do is to make sure that we can get the materials that are in here into the system right here. And this is acting as a storage bus right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to stick a pattern for that right there. And what we have in there is the silicon, the gold, and the redstone. So what we're doing is when we request it from the main system is we're going to tell it to export 1 silicon, 1 gold, and 1 redstone. Alright, so the silicon is going to go, as soon as any silicon whatsoever is in this system, it's going to go right here. Because we're telling it, hey, if there's silicon in the system, go ahead and export it into here, which is going to go in the slot. And that's going to process into the printed silicon. So that's what we need. That's the type that we need to go into the logic processor. Alright, so what we also need to the logic processor is the printed logic circuit. Well, down here we have this inscriber logic press set up to where any gold that's in the system is automatically going to be put in here and combined with that to make our printed logic circuit. So any gold whatsoever that's in this system is going to go to here. Any silicon whatsoever that's in this system is going to go to here. Alright, when those two combine, they're going to join the redstone that's already down here. The redstone's going to be in here because, of course, we told it, hey, redstone. The top one is going to put our logic circuit in the top, and the printed silicon is going to go into the bottom. Now, all of this is going to automatically happen because that's the only place in the system that it can go. So whenever you put those materials into this chest, they're going to be saying, these are going to be demanding the items that you put in there automatically. Alright, so hopefully that makes a bit of sense because it's actually kind of awesome. If we can go over here and do... Now we do have a bunch of logic circuits in here already. Let's go ahead and take all that out and all that out. We should be able to craft this request and go ahead and hit next. Alright, we're missing the silicon, which I have in my inventory, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so let's take a look here. And we're going to have to request it again because we didn't start our request because it works a little bit differently now. Alright, so you have to be able to start it. Alright, so we need to be able to hook up a crafting CPU. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and make some of these first. Alright, so I'll be right back. Alright guys, so every time I cut away I realize, hey, I really shouldn't have because this is actually the perfect chance to demonstrate exactly what's going on. Alright, so we need our calculation processors. So this is what is made up in those calculation processors. Now we put these in here. They should, yep, we've already got one exporting to here. So, and it's going to go, yep. Alright, so we've got one left and it should any second be sucked out of here and put in here. Cool, huh? Alright, so and then that gets put in here and gets sucked back into the main system. Alright, so we're not going to be able to do everything automatically down here quite yet. Alright, so actually I'm going to have to tweak this a little bit. Ah, printed silicon. Cool. Alright, I'm actually going to have to make these into a different system. No, actually it worked just fine. Okay, good. Okay, because we've only told it to put it in here. Okay, I'm just being silly. Don't worry about it, guys. Ignore what I was saying. Or mumbling, more like. Alright, so we need the redstone in there as well, and the Certus quartz, which is going to go here. Yep. And see, it's going into here and it's printing up, and it's going to be sucked out immediately and replaced with the second one. Cool. And that's going in here. It just got printed into a circuit, which is then going to be put into here and then sucked into the main system. And there's our second one that's being made there. And any second, bam. Cool, huh? All right. Now, if we go over here, so the processors. Pardon me. Still got a bit of a cold. So, all right. So now we have our calculation processors in here. All right. So now let's go ahead and take a look. Let's stick that in there. Those in there. We need one of these. Ta-da. All right, and that is going to combine into making, not that. Actually, it can, but that's not what I'm wanting. Just the 1K is going to be fine for now, but we're also going to need one of these. Okay, let's stick that there and that there to make one of these. Now, I can stick this pretty much anywhere. I'm going to stick it, why not? Just stick it there. And you notice it changed into this cool face right here from its normal face, which is, you can actually see in the upper right hand corner. I'd like to point to it with my finger, but you can't see that, so. Alright, so you can see that from there. Cool. Awesome. Now, when we go to request this, it should work now. Alright, so it doesn't matter which terminal we access it from, so let's go ahead and do processor. And go ahead and request. Next. Just one should be fine. So let's go down here. And yep, you can see the gold is already right here. And the silicon is here. They're getting pressed. And they're zipping right over here. And they should be pressed together in just a second. Bam. And then that is going back down over into this chest, which will put it into our system. And we should have a processor. Awesome. So yeah, that is how you automate all of this fancy stuff. So yeah, I don't think that it was really supposed to be able to be automated to this extent, but I'm sure other people are coming up with this because this is not all that complicated. I mean, on face value, until you get familiar with AE2, it's probably seeming pretty complicated, but on face value, it's actually not that bad. So this is the kind of setup. You can change around where you have different things placed, but this is what you'll need to do to automate the creation of pretty much the basic elements of every single thing in AE. Because from here we can automate easily how to make the 64K ME storage components. So, you know, that's pretty awesome. So let's go ahead and stick this stuff back in here. But yeah, I think that's pretty cool. And I just wanted to show you guys that because even though I, did say that we're going to be focusing on TholkienCraft first and all that kind of stuff, I needed a good way to craft the AE stuff, and I was tinkering around with it a bit, and I realized, hey, we could just have a separate system for all this stuff and it'll work just fine. So hopefully that will help you guys out, and I probably will cut the episode here just so this is set aside as being a guide for you guys and saying, hey, when you're messing with AE, this is something that you're going to need to set up if you want to auto craft, a bunch of AE things. It'll make the creation of the auto crafting of the storage cells so very much easier than it is just doing it by hand. So hopefully that'll help you guys out. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here. That way it's a standalone episode for you guys so you know how to do this stuff. And yeah, that's going to be it for now. So until next time, and we will work on TholkienCraft next time, at least we should. Until then, I hope you all just have a wonderful day.